Welcome to the second session of the sheet 2 energy conversion. In the last session we have discussed about the single coil, single winding, inductance and energy calculations, whereas now we are going to go for multiple winding calculations. To start with, we have finished first 4 problems. Now we are going for the fifth problem of sheet 2. We are having a 2 winding magnetic circuit which is shown in figure below, has a fixed yoke and a second winding on a movable element. The movable element is constrained to a motion such that the length of both air gaps is remain equal. It means we are having a fixed winding, fixed coil, fixed yoke along with the fixed winding. This will be fixed, and whereas this part, it is a movable part. We are having a core in this movable part along with a winding. This can be moved. This can be moved up and down such that this distance will be, when we are moving this movable element, this distance G0 will be same. If it is 1 centimeters, this will be 1 centimeters. If it is 2 centimeters, this will be 2 centimeters. Now, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate the self-inductance of winding 1 and 2 in terms of core dimensions and the number of turns. We need to calculate self-inductance and also mutual inductance. Next thing is mutual inductance. In terms of what? In terms of core dimensions. It means length of the core, armature cross-sectional area of the core, and number of turns. In these parameters we need to calculate the self-inductance and mutual inductance. Along with that, we need to calculate the co-energy, combined energy, and also we need to evaluate the expression of force on the movable element as a function of the winding currents. To start with, we are having 2 windings, one winding here, one winding here. This is a movable part, this is fixed part. 2 windings we are having. So how can we proceed now? We need to calculate, what do we need to calculate? We need to calculate the self-inductance. Inductance can be calculated flux linkages into current. To calculate, inductance can be calculated with flux linkages and current. Let us calculate the flux linkages. What is flux linkages? Flux linkages is given by number of turns into, we are having a relation, flux linkages with coil 1 is given by number of turns into flux. So we need to calculate the number of, so flux linkages of the first winding can be given as number of turns into flux. So we need to calculate the flux. Flux is given by F. Flux is given by, let us, what is the F? F is equal to number of turns into current, but we have 2 different coils. For each coils, N1 into I1. This is the F1, magnetic flux in the first winding, and magnetic flux in the, magnetomotive force in the first winding, and magneto MMF in the second winding. Now, after getting F, what is the relation? We can write it as 5 is equal to F by reluctance. Force, magnetomotive force divided by the reluctance. Reluctance is given by L by mu naught A. What is length? The length of the air gap is, this length plus this length. So we will write it as length of the air gap is G0 plus G0, 2G0. And what about the reluctance of this core? It will be 0. Why? The magnetomotive force, what has been specified here? It is movable element, remaining air gap, self-inductance, and we need to consider, we are considering here infinite reluctance, etc. Infinite permeability is infinite. Permeability of the core is infinite. When permeability of the core is infinite, then reluctance of the core will be 0. Only we are having the reluctance of the winding. Of the air gap. So G0 plus G0, this is the length of the air gap. Now we need to calculate the flux. Flux is equal to F by reluctance. Substitute the value of F, substitute the value of reluctance. you will get it as N1 F is N1I1 plus N2I2, and reluctance is 2G0 by mu naught A. Mu naught A will come here. This is the total flux which is flowing in the magnetic circuit. Now the next part is the flux linkages with the first winding. The flux linkages with the first winding. We are having two flux linkages because of coil 1 and because of coil 2. Now let us calculate the flux linkages because of coil 1. Flux linkages because of coil 1 is equal to number of turns of coil 1 into the flux flowing. Number of turns of the coil 1 into flux 5 is equal to this complete parameter. Substitute it here. When you substitute here, N1 into N1, N1 square I1 plus N1 N2 I2 divided by 2G0 into mu naught. Yeah, you will get this. Now if you elaborate this, you will get N1 square I1 mu naught A by 2G0. This we are making it separate. Multiply this here, this complete parameter, you will get it here, and then product of this and 2G0, you will get it here. Now it is in the form of I1 into some parameter, I2 into some parameter. I1 into N1 square mu naught A by 2G0, we are writing it as L1. This complete parameter N1 square mu naught A by 2G0, we are considering it as L11. L11 into I1, we are writing this into form of L12 into I2, where we are having N1 and N2. So this parameter we are considering it as L12. What is L12? L12 is N1 N2 I2 mu naught, N1 N2 mu naught A, N1 N2 mu naught A divided by 2G0. We got L12. We call this parameter L11 as self-inductance, and we call this parameter L12, which is having the effect of number of turns on the primary, number of turns on the first winding, number of turns on the secondary winding, is called as a mutual inductance. This is the effect because of two windings. This is the effect because of only single winding. So we call this as self-inductance and we call this as mutual inductance. Similarly, with the flux linkages because of coil 2. Coil 2 is equal to coil 2 is having number of turns N2 into the total flux which is flowing. N2 into flux which is flowing is, we have evaluated here. Substitute this parameter here, and then you will get it as N2 N1, product of this into this, N2 N1 mu naught A I1 divided by 2G0 plus N2 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 square mu naught A by 2G0 into I2. So this parameter is called, this parameter N2 square mu naught A by 2G0 N2 square, this parameter is called self-inductance of coil 2, and this parameter is called mutual inductance. If you compare, this parameter is equal to this parameter. L12 is equal to L21. So L21 L21 and L12 both are same. This parameter is equal to L12 also, and hence the mutual inductance is same. And L22 self-inductance of coil 2. This I am writing it as L22, and this whole parameter L21. L22 into I2 plus L21 into I1. Now with this, coming to this is the first part. What we have evaluated, first and second part, self-inductance of coil 1, self-inductance of coil 2, and also we have evaluated the mutual inductance of coil 1 and 2. Mutual inductance of coil 1 and 2. Now the next parameter, next question is, we have evaluated the self-inductance and mutual inductance. Now co-energy is the combined energy of the effect of all the coils, two coils. Co-energy means combined energy. It is because of inductance. What are the inductance we are having? Self-inductance of coil 1, self-inductance of coil 2, and also the mutual inductance. Because of these three inductance, we need to evaluate the co-energy, total energy. Energy is given by half L I square. Because of each inductance, now we know L21, L12 is equal to N12, and this is 2G0, L12 is equal to L21. Now the C parameter that we need to calculate is total energy. The total energy is given by energy because of coil 1, energy because of inductance of the coil 2, is the energy because of inductance of coil 1, energy because of inductance of coil 2. This is the energy because of mutual inductance, and it is given by L12 I1 I2. We are having a derivation. After derivation you will get this formula. It is discussed in the Nazari. Nothing to worry, just you remember this. Just write L11, L22, L12. As this is mutual inductance, instead of writing half Li square, energy is given by half Li square. Because of coil 1 we are taking half L11 I1 square. Because of coil 2 half L22 I2 square. Now combinedly we are utilizing, hence we will write it as L12 I1 I2. Just simply you need to write L11, L22, L12. Current flowing in this is I1 square, current flowing in this is I2 square, and current flowing in this is, we are having two effects of two currents, so I1 I2, and the half is the constant. After the integration you will get this. Now what we need, just to substitute the first substitute the value of L11 that we have evaluated, L22 and also N12. L11 value is N1 square mu naught A by 2G naught, N2 square mu naught A by 2G naught. Self inductance of coil 2 we have evaluated it here, and L11 here. These values we are substituting it here, L11, L22 and L12. After evaluation you will get it as, check it here, take the common parameters. What are the common parameters? Mu naught A by 2G naught, 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 mu naught A by 2G naught. If we take out common, and also 4, sorry, we are having here mu naught A by 4G naught, mu naught A by half into half 4G naught, but here we are having only 2G naught. So what we will do, we will multiply 2 and make it, and also multiply in the denominator. It will become 4. Multiply here 2 and multiply here 2 by 2. So denominator will get 4G naught. So mu naught A by 4G naught, if you take common, you will get it as N1 square I1 square plus N2 square I2 square plus 2 N1 N2 I1 I2 the whole square. Now if you check this parameter, it is like A square B square 2 A B. A is N1 I1, B is N2 I2, 2 A B. So it is in the form of A square plus B square plus 2AB. Simply you can write it as A plus B the whole square. A is N1 I1 plus N2 I2 B the whole square. This forms your expression for co-energy. Coming to the field, coming to the force, the next parameter is expression of force acting on the movable element. The force can be calculated as, we are having a derivation, F is equal to the partial derivation of the field with respect to the distance, length of the air gap. Energy will be dou by dou G naught of energy of the field. Energy of the field is, we got this expression. Just substitute this, and if we differentiate this with respect to G naught, is nothing but it is given as mu naught N1 I1 plus N2 I2 the whole square divided by 4 into dou by dou G naught of 1 by G naught. Dou by dou G naught of 1 by G naught. This is constant. This parameter and 4 is constant with respect to G naught. So we will take it outside, and dou by dou G naught of 1 by G naught. It is given by G naught inverse of minus product of this into dou by dou G naught of G naught minus of 1 minus 1. If you evaluate this, you will get it as 1 by G naught square. This you will get it as 1 by G naught square, and minus value minus mu naught, this whole constant is kept as it is, and resultant of this is 1 by G naught square. This forms the expression for the force in the field. Coming to the sixth problem, we are having two coils, one mounted on the stator and the other on the rotor, which is having self and mutual inductance of L11 is equal to 3.5 millihenries, L22 is equal to 1.8 millihenries, and L12 is equal to 2.1 cos theta. Okay, this is the given values, L11, L22. It means we are having two coils. One value is this much, L11 self inductance, L22 self inductance, and this is the mutual inductance, where theta is the angle between the axis. This value is angle between the axis. The coils are connected in series and carrying a current of I is equal to root 2 I sin omega ampere. This is the current value. We need to derive an expression for the instantaneous torque on the rotor as a function of theta. We need to calculate instantaneous torque. To calculate the instantaneous torque, first we need to calculate the instantaneous torque is given by dou by omega field of the dou theta. It means energy of the field we need to calculate. Energy of the field is nothing but total energy. Total combined energy is, we are having two coils. Combined energy of the two coils. Energy because of self-inductance of 1, energy because of self-inductance of coil 2, and also energy because of mutual inductance. Now energy because of inductance of coil 1 is half L11 I1 square, plus energy because of coil 2, inductance of coil 2 is half L22 I2 square, and mutual energy because of the mutual inductance is given by L12 I1 I2. Now the coils are connected in series. When the coils are connected in series, it is specified in the problem. The coils are connected in series. See, it is specified that the coils are connected in series here in this part. When the coils are connected in series, current flowing in I1 and I2 will be same. Current flowing in coil 1 and coil 2 will be same. So I1 is equal to I2. Simply you can write it as, in place of I1 I2 we will consider it as I. So I square, we are placing I1 with I, I2 with I, and also I1 I, I2 I, you will get I square. Now from all here you will get I square common, half L11 plus half L22 plus L12. Substitute the values of, take I common, you will get, in substitute the values of L11 and current value I2 square. I2 square, it is given in the problem. See here, I2 square, I is equal to square root of I sin omega t. It means root 2 I, our maximum value. Root 2 I, if you substitute root 2 I the whole square, I square into sin square. Just in place of I, we are substituting this expression, root 2 I sin omega t. Root 2 I sin omega t. If you substitute root 2 I sin omega t, you will get root 2 square I square sin square omega t. You will get this expression. Root 2 square is 2, I square is I, sin square omega t, as it is sin omega t square, will get sin square omega t, and this expression we will write it as it is, half L11 plus half L22 plus half 22 L12. Now these are, it is nothing but, if you express this will be L11 by 2, L22 by 2. If you take LCM of this part, you will get it as L11 plus L22 plus 2 L12 divided by 2, and that 2 and these 2 will get cancelled, and remaining parameter will be I square into L11 plus L22 plus 2 L12 into sin square omega t. This is the expression of the energy. This is the expression of the energy of the field. But what we want torque. Torque of the field is given by, torque of the field is equal to dou by dou theta of this energy. Dou by dou theta of the energy. So dou by dou theta into I square of 3.5 into 10 power of minus 3 plus, in place of L1 some value, we are having L22, it is given in the problem, 2 as it is, L12 is 2.1 cos theta into 10 power of minus 3. These values are given in the problem, into sin square omega t. Differentiation of this with respect to theta. Before differentiation, otherwise we will go for differentiation. I square is a constant, we will take it outside. Dou by dou theta of constant 0. Dou by dou theta of this constant is also 0. Then dou by dou theta of 2.1 or 2 into 2.1 into cos theta is 4.2. Differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta, and sin square omega t is constant. We are having 10 power minus 3 as it is. This parameter differentiation is 0. Finally, what we are going to get, torque in the field is minus 4.2 into 10 power minus 3 I square sin square omega t sin theta Newton meters. But this is the general expression for the torque in the field, but we need to calculate the average value. We need to find the average value in terms of theta. If you check the problem, it is specified that expression of the time average torque function in terms of theta. Time average function in terms of theta. Average value means the average value of sine square omega t we need to calculate. For that, what we need to do, this sine square omega t, change it like this. We can write cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sine square x, or in place of cos square x you can write it as 1 minus sine square x, which is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square x, right? So bring this side, bring this complete expression this side and this complete expression this side. You will get 2 sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x, and sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x by 2. You will get this expression. Is it right? No, simply it means you can write it, if x is equal to omega 2, then sine square omega t is equal to 1 minus cos 2 omega 2 by 2. It means we are having sine square omega t. We are having sine square omega t. If sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x by 2, then sine square omega t is equal to 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Substitute this value in terms of here. When you substitute it here, the average value of cos 2 omega t is equal to 0. The average value of cos 2 omega t is equal to 0. Where you have studied this in electrical circuits 1, when we are working with sinusoidal functions in the AC part. When you are working with sinusoidal function in AC part, the average value of cos 2 omega t, average value of even numbers of cos and sine will be 0. Even number of cos will be 0. Even number of angle of a cosine function is 0. Whatever may be the value. If it is 2, 4, 6, it will be 0. Just substitute this value as 0. Average value will be 0. Then you will get it as minus 4 into 10 power minus 3 I square sin omega sin theta into this complete value will be 1 minus 0 by 2. It is equal to 1 by 2. So you can write it as this 2 and minus 4.2. You can write it as minus 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 3 I square sin theta. Now I is equal to 10 amperes and theta is equal to 90. This is the given value. So we have calculated the average function here. Torque average function is evaluated. Now in third part is we need to compute the numerical value of the time average torque. We need to calculate the numerical value of the time average torque. The numerical value of the time average torque for I is equal to 10 amperes and theta is equal to 90 degrees. It means for the given expression, in this expression we are going to write I is equal to 10 amperes. It means here I is equal to 10 amperes we need to substitute, and theta is equal to 90 degrees we have to substitute. If we substitute I is equal to 10, you will get it as 10 square, and theta is equal to 91 minus 2.1 10 power minus 3 into 10 power square into 1, which is equal to minus 0.2 Newton meters. With this we have completed two problems where multiple coils are there. In problem number 5 we have discussed about self-inductance, mutual inductance, combined energy because of these inductance, and also force acting on the movable element. And whereas in the second problem a similar circuit has been present where we are having two coils. One is mounted on the stator, the other is on rotor. Basically we are having two inductances and one mutual inductance, two self inductance and one mutual inductance. For that we have evaluated the energy in the field, the total expression for the torque, time average function in terms of theta, and then we have substituted the numerical values of the current and theta and evaluated the average torque value. In the next class, in the next video, we will be discussing about the rotor torque. When we are having a rotor coils with two coils, with a rotor winding having two coils, for such function how to evaluate it will be discussed. With this we will conclude this video.